Hey, what to do, y'all? What to do? What to do? Just another morning walk, and I just want to take out the time to say I don't hate game. You know, so this is kind of a video I put out there, just in light of obviously a few videos that I've put out there about the whole idea of what game has become. Yeah, about what the whole idea of what game has become. I've put out a video talking about my thoughts, my sentiments on certain things, but I just wanted to make it clear that it's not that I hate game, you know? And so before I get to that, I just want to say, if this is your first time at this channel, and if you like my type of content, because maybe you checked out a few videos of mine, feel free to hit the subscribe. Feel free to subscribe, share this video and other videos that you check out here at this channel. And hopefully you hit the like button to this particular video, and I'll see you around some more. So, well, I'll continue on talking here. Yes, now, I don't hate game because I understand how this life is now, In many ways, I guess I can say a lot of game has invaded this life. So yes, game is more so an invasion, and just given some of my humble beginnings per se, the people that are really about this game, they keep the game separate from a lot of the average Joes per se. Like the streets are separate from the sidewalk per se. Like game is sort of a separate thing, but at the same time, game has intermingled itself in life. So basically what I'm saying is there's not really, to me, this idea that there's the game of life, but there's game in life, if that makes sense to some people. So that's why I do admire some people who understand more about game than the average individual that tends to talk about game, as far as them thinking that life is game. But the people that really understand game, they know that game has just found a way into this life that we live in. Now, this is totally separate from love once again. So I want people to understand that game and love are not the same. Even though some people like to think that love is a game. There's this love game, but those two things actually don't exist. Now, you can say that one tries to play games with love, yes, and that's a toxic situation I hope everybody finds a way to avoid. Now, you add money into the mix, but money is not love, but it is, unfortunately, a part of this life. It's an invasion, but it represents the game. Money and game actually go hand in hand more than love and game does, but yet all this happens to be a part of our life. But so I guess this whole video for me mainly is just to bring out the point that I don't hate game, and I respect those that can actually talk about game from them being certified in the game per se. They understand the way this life and this artificial society works more than a lot of people, because some of us are not conformed to this world. Some of us have been transformed by the renewing of our minds. However, there are those who can at least give you more insight on the way this world operates, just given how immersed they are into this type of world that we live in. hence the game. This world is the game, okay? That's where the true game is, okay? But this world is not actually representative of what real life is supposed to be like. There's hints of it. You see these green trees, but you also see these buildings. Which one you think represents more of life, and which one you think represents more of world? You know? And life to me also represents earth. So you can tie in life and earth together. Because earth does represent life. This world represents more of game. But of course, I'll talk about this more down the road. You know, so I'll have a video where I talk more about artificial societies coming up, and I haven't decided which playlist it'll be in. So just to give everyone a heads up, my video about the artificial society will probably be either in my playlist of From Yours Truly 2020, or it'd be in my podcast playlist, which is titled Podcast from Yours Truly. So it'd be in one of those playlists, just to give everybody a heads up, you know, just in case, you know, I don't put a link in the comment section below this video here. But that's the thing. I respect game for what it is and for what it has become, and for those who can utilize game in this life, given the way a lot of this world has become. There's times and there's places and there's situations where you have to use game. And there's other times in this life, in this world, where in many ways, all you need is love. You know? Now, I feel love is the most powerful thing. I really do. So, I'll let y'all think more or less about which route I choose to take to make it in this life. I'll leave that with y'all to think about. But yes, there is two ways you can make it in this life. You can make it with love, or you can make it with game. You know what I'm saying? You can make it with love, or you can make it with game. You know, but that's really all I have to say, because I think the people that have mastered the game, they keep it separate from a lot of people who don't truly understand game. And if you want to really know more about the game, they charge for it, because the game is to be sold and not be told. You know, just like any game that you buy at the game store. So I asked some of these people that talk about games so much, where's your game store? Playboy, where's your game store? One needs to know these things. For all the players out there, where's your game store, Playboy? Talking too much about the game, you're giving too much of the game away. Huh? So what happens is that you give the game away so much, people gonna learn the cheat code. That's how they build a cheat code, because they know enough about the game in order to actually win the game. You know, that's all I really have to say for that. So I just think people are talking too much publicly about the game. If you know so much about the game, you actually shouldn't talk so much about the game, because you're giving too much of the game away. And the people that really know about the game, and they know what it's like, they're not actually talking about the game that much. They're keeping more or less that a secret, and you have to pay for it. And actually, I think the people that are paying for the game are truly patrons. They're not just here buying game just so they can know more about the game, or exploit the game, or try to excel at something that truly isn't a part of them. See, there are what you call naturals of the game. Now, I see the game as really unnatural, but there are people who are naturals at the game. You know, the game is kind of like its own world, its own environment, in some ways its own matrix, you know. But all this coming from yours truly, who's, hey, I'm just a square. Signing out.